I was working at the Auburn Hills campus, and someone came running in and said, "Go in the conference room, go in the conference room." And we got in there just after the first plane hit. We actually watched the second plane hit. It was pretty overwhelming. Everybody was just shocked and kind of stunned, and then we heard about the Pentagon. And nobody really knew what to do or what to say. Then they shut down the college, and Chrysler shut down across the street, and everybody went home, but nobody really knew what to do. It was just kind of surreal. Everybody was feeling lost.
I was working day shift at the Highland Lakes campus, and I was actually walking down one of our buildings that's no longer there, Highland Hall, and I believe it was like probably 9-ish in the morning, and I heard one of our female employees in a loud voice yell, "Oh my God." And so I walked in, and she pointed to the TV, and I looked up, I saw the second plane go in the tower, and I remember asking her, like, "What movie are you watching?" And she said, "We're not watching a movie, this just hit the towers." So there was a lot of talking among the hallway. Several students and employees were asking us a bunch of questions, and then they were actually leaving. In the back of our heads as public safety department, we were wondering if, what's going to be next. Is they're going to attack our college?
20 years ago on 9/11, I was a nursing adjunct faculty working in the Levinson Hall Nursing Skills Lab. We got word that we should dismiss the students. We weren't really sure why at first, but then some of us started to get phone calls, and we had heard what had happened in New York and also at the Pentagon. We noticed there was a television outside the lab, and students were congregated around it. We too watched the television, and we found out what had happened. I'm not sure if we were consoling each other. There was a sense of community among us. However, there was really a sense of shock and horror.
On 9/11 at the district office, we were coming in from a weekend and getting prepared for the day, and all of a sudden we heard the news that there was a plane crash. The feeling of sadness and knowing that there were going to be lives lost was totally a feeling of fear and sadness. The executive council was in their meeting that Monday morning, and when they received the news, they came out of the meeting. There was an employee that had a TV radio that she listened to for the news, and they all surrounded her desk.
I had no idea what was going on. I went to my classroom about 8:15, 8:30 just to get things started. My students strolled in. About 9 o'clock we started class. This was before cell phones were so, ubiquitous, and you didn't have them on your desk or your table. And I do remember going upstairs asking. No one knew what to do. Everyone was a bit confused. There was concern in the hallway that the next area that was going to be hit was going to be the Renaissance Center, and so there was a concern that there was another plane that was going to attack the Detroit area. Within maybe about an hour of that class, the college dismissed and told everyone to go home. We dismissed students and classes that day.
I was driving in, and it struck me what a beautiful day it was, clear skies, beautiful sunshine. And then I got a phone call from a friend who told me about the 9/11 crash, and I thought, well, what on earth? And I just had this sense, even back then, that our world was pivoting, that things were changing. And so I came on into work. We rolled up a television set into the library. I work at Orchard Ridge Library, so we watched the news feed on the television set, and we were just kind of a little bit numb, trying to figure out what was going on.
There was some effort to console one another, but I think there was a stronger sense that people wanted to get home and be with their loved ones.